Ridley! Ridley! Are you awake? Are you okay?
Jack...
Hey, you're finally back.
Where am I?
In Fort Halencia.
I remember... during the meal, I suddenly felt ill.
Yeah, you just collapsed. You had us worried.
I don't understand. I don't remember anything. What happened to me? I'm not me anymore. Jack, what's happened to me?
Hey, it's alright, Ridley.
We've got trouble! Lord Parsec is being attacked by the Royal Knights!
What? The old fire dragon guy? Is he okay?
We don't know, but he's been driven into Fire Mountain.
I have to go and help him.
Are you crazy? You're not going anywhere in that state. I'll go.
Jack...
You've got to rest and let yourself get better, okay?
Jack, no one else can die. No more. No more deaths for my sake.
I won't let them kill the old Weezer. You just leave it to me.
Jack, hurry up!
Coming!
Jack, save him.
Some interesting things we saw there, and I was talking to Aeon here. They say you helped Halencia from the humans. Fancy finding like your old comrades and armed like that. Well, you must really mean business. I guess I'll roll up our sleeves and do our part too, and he'll join you. I can't believe I missed him for this long, but apparently I just never talked to him. I don't know. But anyways, there's actually more to that cutscene than what you kind of take from face value. Oh, so I'm gonna go ahead and sit there and replace Ridley with, I'm gonna say like, I don't have Rika, unfortunately, or Mikey, how do you say him? But I don't really know who did I use in my practice? I don't remember. I used no, I didn't use chat. Who did I use? I don't remember. Jeez. Rika. Yeah, I'll use Rika. Have two healers. What could possibly go wrong? There's a few interesting things in that cutscene. Mostly, probably the biggest one to note is that one of the dragons has apparently gone rogue for the humans. Lucian, who was kind of uncalled for, but not really if you think about it. He's kind of been, like, he's been in all the cutscenes, or he's been in a bunch of cutscenes throughout the game, but he's never really actually, like, he's always had like a little subtle part and everything, but there's really nothing. He didn't really seem to be like. I'm having trouble describing this. Like, he's been moving the pieces, but they haven't blatantly shown him, like, painting him as a bad guy yet. Now at this point, he's clearly not.
Hey!
I want my toad? No, I want my toad skills in you. Meat guard place open shop soon. Oh, good for you. Not to mention, Lord Zane has been. It looks like during the cutscenes he's been coughing a little bit or something. Just since elves are supposedly like immortal. I guess that doesn't mean they're immune, but I don't know. It's a little weird from getting sick like that. I mean, that might not be coughing. I could see him like stroking his beard, which I could totally see that being. I guess I've always took it as coughing. And actually, you can see in the distance there's Fire Mountain, where Parsec pretty much ran. So that makes kind of sense. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and say this right here. There's an upcoming boss battle. It is actually winnable. This is what I told you to get King of Night for. But to win this battle, you pretty much can't do it on your first playthrough. You have to do it like a New Game Plus, and you'll need to have Jack be in what's called God mode, where basically you're ridiculously powerful. And I'm gonna go ahead and equip the Deep Lance just because it's faster, because you're gonna need speed for this battle. And basically, all you need to know is you have to get King of the Night on, You have to use all your berries on Jack. Jack needs to be ridiculously powerful, have over, I think, about 1200 HP. Might be closer to 600. He needs to have a freakish amount of HP to survive this. And that's basically all you need to know, and it needs to be nighttime for King of the Night to proc. And King, if it's nighttime, the boss is actually a little bit, like, 20 points weaker in all of her stats. I've been waiting for you, Jack Russell. Chief, what are you doing here? Van Kors asked the humans to land subjugating the fire dragon. What? Jack, please turn back. I cannot allow you to pass. But Chief, I have to get by. I have to help him. I cannot allow that. You are not going to retreat. Oh boy. I have no choice but to kill you. Jack, why are you helping them destroy us humans? Destroy? The dragons will wipe out humanity. No, they won't. I won't let that happen. You won't? How? Jack Russell, why do you fight? I fight because... I fight for my friends. I fight for Ridley. You'll turn against the whole world for her? I don't know if I'm doing the right thing or not, but I made a promise. I promised to protect her. I see. I have also fought for someone these past long years. Like you, love has kept me going, fighting all this time. Chief, it is time to determine who has the stronger will. Come, Jack Russell. If you recall... Oh, crap. Oh, really? No. Oh, sorry guys, I only had game audio coming out of one end. I don't know how long that was going on for, but I'm really sorry about that. I'll see if I can edit it back in, but... Yeah, Elwyn is pretty tough. She has 3,300 HP, which makes fighting this extremely difficult. A very long, tedious battle. You can't burst her down too easily. Basically... But the biggest problem is she has a Fleet Blast, and basically she'll just wipe you out. Not to mention her attacks are just ridiculously fast, like insanely. Like really, you don't have any chance to. You don't really even have a chance to like act before she hits you, and she'll get if she hits you once, she pretty much hits you in a full hit combo, which chunks you down 3/4 of your HP. And thankfully, I have 2 healers to like. Support strategy too strong, and unfortunately I couldn't get her to use her Volty Blast. I was kind of hoping I would be able to get her to that point, but unfortunately my healers were incompetent. Ah! Chief, are you taking pity on me? No. Why did you stop? Jack. Yes? Remember what I said to you during the entrance examination? Strength to protect someone. Yes, it seems like you've found that someone. Now hurry. Chief? The brigades have just reached Fire Mountain. Thank you. No matter how fragile, how ephemeral he may be, or whatever. Wow, that's a big word. Jack Russell, you may be the one who saves us all. Really interesting character, Elwyn, really. She really is. I kind of wish the game would go more about her, but they really don't talk about her all that much. I mean, obviously, she seems to know a lot about the dragons, as shown by her earlier interactions with Parsec. And that, wow,
coming, old guy.
If she's really trying, I don't get why they voice acted that, not the last cutscene. I mean, the last cutscene really should have been voice acted, but whatever. And somehow I got 1 HP back for that. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna use Papa Moonstone just for the... Did I buy that? Really? Oh, whatever. I'm so good at this game. I'll just use one of those, and use one of those, and use one of those. Elwyn really is one of the more interesting characters in this game, and I believe there's something in this rock right here. Yeah, I actually remember predicting that. It's a moonstone ship, which is pretty useless, but whatever. Anyways, this mountain. These enemies are pretty simple. The Deep Link is actually pretty good here, mostly just because it has an ice elemental. Ice or water. It has a water elemental against fire enemies, which will give us bonus damage. Which is pretty much just enough to push us over the edge, I guess you could say. Or give us a little bit of more edge over the other beam attacks we have. And one of my healers is on fire. Defeat isn't in the Elven dictionary. But anyways, back to Elwyn. If you don't, I don't remember if I actually got this out there in the cutscene. I was going to say it. But she said she was fighting for her lost love, she was fighting for her love, which you could find down in the sewers, which I showed off at that one point. And there's a blood orc. We'll be fighting more of those later. There's plenty of them here. While you're here, you don't want to get a born of a blood orc, so I'm just gonna get that out now. But it's just these, like, all these little facts that she kind of shows throughout the entire game that makes her a really interesting character. But unfortunately, I don't know the exact reason why they didn't go more into Elwyn, more into her character, make her more, like, part of the plot. I don't really know the reasoning behind that. I kind of wish they, like I said, I wish they did, but not much we can really do about it. Though I still really do think she's in it. Like, part of me kind of wonders, like, there's obviously, I don't know if there's any theories out there. I'm sure there are. I know there's theories. I've seen a few theories about this game. But I'm trying to think of one for Elwyn. I might talk about it more later or something. But part of me thinks they might have used Elwyn to maybe like leave this game open for a sequel or a prequel. Because it seems like she knows a lot of what's going on here. Which means she has a lot of backstory, but they didn't really go into it, which would make it a really nice connecting point if they ever decided to make some sort of follow-up to this game, whether it be prequel or sequel. I really don't think that'd be the case. I don't know if this game sold. I don't think this game sold well enough, but like near well enough, in order to have a sequel. But I think they just left the door open, and I would not be like opposed to a sequel or not. I don't know if I just don't think it would sell well, honestly. And Trice, I believe, has been having some troubles recently. Of course, I obviously don't. As I've said in the past, like, as little things I've done in the past have indicated I'm not, like, the most intelligent when it comes to how game companies work, or really the lingo behind game companies, like producer, developer, all that fun jazz. But I believe Trice is the developer for this game. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. I do like corrections, I really do. And did I get a Horn of Blood over there? I didn't check. I'm so distracted right now. But I believe Trice is the same company that worked on Star Ocean till the end of time. Which there are actually a few throwbacks to this, or it's not throwbacks, but there are a few references to that game in this game. Unfortunately, you can't see them in the non-human side, but in the human side, there's at least one funny thing I know of. I know, aside from the Claude little cameo appearance from Gance's clothes that we saw earlier on. It's actually kind of similar to that now that I kind of really think about it. But anyways, I know Trice hasn't been doing that great eventually. At least the Star Ocean series kind of died off. I'm pretty sure they've said that Star Ocean 4, or Star Ocean... what is it called? Star Ocean The Last Hope was going to be the last Star Ocean game. Actually, I don't know if they ever said that, but it's heavily implied. Which is a real disappointment to me. I love the Star Ocean series. I thought it was really unique. Like, the setting... Pretty much just the setting in that game made it completely worth it for me. Like, pretty much the only reason why I did the Let's Play of Star Ocean 3 is because I love the setting in that game too much not to do it. If that makes any sense. Even though the game doesn't really make sense as to why, well, at least later on in the game, why you're using swords in the very futuristic environment against people using guns. I don't know. I know I have some friends for that kind of stuff. Just like makes them say the game is retarded and stupid. You know, don't play that game. It's obviously not all that through. I just really like I don't know why. I like futuristic settings. I like modern settings, which is pretty much the main reason why I like Earthbound. Why I like Earthbound is because that's pretty much the only RPG that's set in like a semi-modern time. It's a little bit behind the times now, but it's close enough to be. I think it's just really nice setting, and it's cool. But I might be a minority here, and there's actually a healing point all the way out here for no apparent reason. But in this chest, it's the scale armor, which is a very, very good armor. It's very, very good armor. I believe it's like one of the last armors you'll find. I didn't equip this demon mail, actually. I didn't equip this demon mail, just one thing it's kind of creepy, makes you look like the Death Knight of the Overlord, like Demon Knight of the Overlord. But it also drains HP in battle, which I just don't want to deal with. Actually, it's better. Really, a lot better defense. Oh, crap. It's so much better defense. Well, because of Dungeon Random, I'm going to use Scale Armor to resist Blaze, which is something that I have here. And I think it's actually... This is actually one of my favorite armors of the game, because it looks really... I don't know. I guess I'm going to have like a little diva moment, but it actually looks like something Jack would wear. Yes, I don't know, the short sleeves and all. That's just something I feel. Especially for this dungeon, because, you know, you're over a freaking pit of lava. And you're kind of burning up in that demon mail. And I'm back, sorry about that. Anyways, this place is kind of like Alganar's Castle. It's a pretty decent place to level, and it's a lot less confusing to find your way around. Even though I'm not entirely sure where I'm going, so I'm probably gonna eat my words here in a little bit. Excuse me, sorry about that. Anyways, in the back, I'm pretty sure I've pretty much routed the enemies here. Not many left, but there's actually... This, again, once you get to the next part of this dungeon, it's again very linear, like the... Not as linear and as the Dwarven Caves of Hell. Like... it's nowhere near that bad, but it's pretty linear, but of course... First, the biggest critique, my biggest... I don't want to say criticism. Actually, that's what I'm trying to say, is criticism. The biggest criticism of this game is basically how linear the dungeons can get, and the world is very lush and, it's really just nice to look at. You can hardly go anywhere. Which I believe was actually X-Play on G4 TV. If you ever, back in the day when they reviewed this game, I remember that was their comment. At the time I was like, oh, they're just, I don't know, I was fanboying over it or something. I just, didn't believe them at all. Which now that I think about it is a very, very valid comment. I just felt like the kind of the tense state, or not the tense item. Ignore me, I don't know what I'm talking about. That kind of the way they put it in, or the way they talked about it was they reviewed the game right after Twilight Princess, which that gives you any time frame when this game came out. That actually gives you a very good time frame when this game came out. It pretty much came out. This game was really out when the Wii came out? I guess it was. No? I don't know, actually, that's weird, that's kind of mind-boggling. Anyways, here we have these new blood orcs, where they learn to ride rhinos, so... These ones can be kind of annoying to deal with, since they can pretty much not stagger. You have to kill their ride, and then, unfortunately, you have to kill the animal, and beat him mad, then you escaping the other guy. Nothing too terribly difficult, apparently, even though I doesn't say that they're a little bit more difficult than the regular one, but apparently not. At least I don't remember anything about it. Wonderful work. Oh gosh, I remember my practice value kind of crazy here. Anyways, I don't think I actually need one right away.